digital radio.
Worldwide at xfm.co.uk.
This is XFM.
Well done. You've successfully downloaded this week's Adam and Joe podcast.
So get ready for exciting selected highlight action
On the telly while you listen to the Adam and Joe podcast.
The Kaiser Chiefs, they're so hot right now. Every day I love you less and less. This is Adam and Joe on XFM. It's a nice Saturday afternoon here in London. I'm just sort of setting the scene, Joe.
I'm starting to feel guilty because last week somebody called in, I think his name was Rory, and we had a really good chat about zombies.
He was a nice guy.
And I made a flippant comment about meeting him. I said, we got a lot to talk about. We should meet in the Virgin Megastore.
You were very specific. You said, let's meet in the hip-hop section of the Virgin Megastore
Well, it was a joke.
at 10 o'clock.
And then as we left the studio, he texted and said, are you serious? But I just sort of ignored it. And now people are texting in saying, did we meet? Oh, no. Rory, call in. Rory, if you're listening again this week, give us a call. And I'd like to apologise to you.
You're a tease.
I am a flirt, a tease.
You're a dirty tease.
teasy flirt.
So
Anyway.
listen, I was watching Dick and Dom in their bungalow this morning. Like you do. Do you still watch it?
No.
No. But I turned on while they were having this competition thing that was like the scene from The Deer Hunter where they do Russian roulette. So it was Dick or Dom, whichever one, in an attic in Da Bungalow with a young girl, and they both had bandanas on, you know, and sort of camouflage paint as if they were in Vietnam. Even though, of course, they're not dressed like that in the scene, in the Russian roulette scene in the film. And they were eating like toffees, you know, they were picking toffees from a circular tray and eating them one by one. And one of the toffees, we were told, tasted like vomit, you know? So that was the game. And eventually it was whichever one, Dick or Dom, that got the vomit toffee. And he screamed, it's disgusting. And, you know, that was it. So I had problems with this on a number of levels. First of which being just on a very banal level. I don't like things on TV where you're just told that it's bad and you have to trust them. You know what I mean? I don't believe the vomit toffee really tasted offensively bad. And I was just bored watching it. And do you remember on Distractions with Jimmy Carr when they used to electrocute people? I just don't believe that they would seriously electrocute them. If people are going to be electrocuted for fun on TV, I want to see some physical evidence that they've been hurt. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What else? What are your other problems with the toffee?
Well, my main problem is who cares about the Deer Hunter? It was like a really elaborate exercise aimed at spoofing this thing from the Deer Hunter.
Kids love the Deer Hunter.
Do they?
Under 10s are crazy about the Deer Hunter.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I mean, is Michael...
You know what do you remember that game Beer Hunter?
Yeah.
That's a better game. They should have done that with cans of Coke. That would have been the thing to do. 10 fizzy drinks, shake one up, much more visual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You should be producing that show.
I should be producing that show.
But it just made me confused, and I thought, well, if they're going down this route, you know, then I thought of some other games they could play from that, you know, from movies that kids are obviously into.
Yeah.
For example, The Ice Storm. You know, that's a big kids movie, isn't it?
Not sure those would be appropriate games, the games they play in the Ice Storm.
Yeah, the Gunk Key Party.
The Gunky Key Party,
The Gunk Key Party, right. So there's a scene in The Ice Storm. Who's it directed by, The Ice Storm?
Ang Lee.
Ang Lee, there you go.
Don't make me Ang Lee.
Where there's a group of people at a drinks party and they put their car keys in a bowl and then they take turns picking them out.
I think our listeners know what a key party is, Adam.
Do they? I'm just explaining for the non-hipsters. They pick them out at random and they decide who goes home with whom at the end of the night. So I was thinking Dick and Dom could get the kids in Da Bungalow to do the same sort of thing, but instead of a night of passion with a random spouse, they get gunked, depending on what car they go. Here's another one, okay? Paths of Glory, right?
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick film. Cowardy Custody Court-Martial, right? So you force a group of kids to jump into a tank of rancid custard, and then, if any of them don't do it, if they refuse to go into the custard, you conduct a kind of crazy court-martial, and then they're found guilty, and then you shoot them with gunk. What do you think?
I think those are terrific ideas.
I've got one more and then I'm going to shut up. Okay, Remains of the Day.
Yeah.
How about this? Remains of the Cake Challenge.
Yeah.
So you starve some kids and you put them in Da Bungalow, starve them for like a week or something. And then you make them stand around a few slices of delicious birthday cake. Oh. Right? And then Dick and Dom ask them if they want cake, but they're not allowed to say if they want the cake.
I'm confused.
Like Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, I see. Wow, that's very sophisticated.
Unrequited cake.
I think we need a song so we can all think about that.
If anyone says they want cake, they get gunked. Do you get that? And if they don't say
that's
if they
deep,
don't
that's
say
deep.
they want the cake, they don't get anything.
That's deep. Let's have some time to think about it.
All right then.
Hi, we're Adam and Joe. Thanks for downloading our podcast. We're recording this in Chartres Cathedral in France. We've come on a European holiday to look around some of the most beautiful architecture here, haven't we, Adam?
Yeah, Joe, look at those candles.
Sorry, but there's actually a service going on at the moment, but we think this area is open. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, have you seen those candles?
Where?
They're in the corner there.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I'm going to light one.
Who are you going to light one for?
I'm going to light one for Lady Diana.
Good idea. So enjoy the rest of the podcast. We'll be back with you from Chartres Cathedral a little bit later.
XFM.
And I was wondering, as a kind of text competition, if people could come up with some new Public Enemy album titles for me. Now, I was just thinking, because Public Enemy's new album, which is supposed to be very good, incidentally, is called New Whirl Odor. Like, New World Order. Like whirl as in whirlpool, you know?
Yeah.
New Whirl Odor. And then the title they had before that, I remember, was Muse Sick in Our Mess Age. Like music and our message, but the muse is sick in our mess age. Oh dear. So I came up with some new ones to, by way of example.
Yeah.
And I was thinking people could perhaps text in some more
It's like they're finding words within words, isn't it?
Yeah,
So they'll take a statement and they'll break it down into words that give it extra meanings.
That's right. But the extra meanings are usually quite bad.
Yeah.
And nonsense. Is there a word to cover that describes when you do that?
I don't know.
Maybe if a genius out there is listening, they could tell us. Is there a word that describes that process? Anyway, here's some of my examples. I thought maybe they could call their next album Globe All War Mean?
Globe or war mean?
Yeah, so Globe All War Mean?
So that obviously is global warming.
Yeah.
What else is it?
It's okay, I'm glad you asked. I'm thinking like the globe
Yeah.
It's got wars
Yeah.
on it. What does that mean?
Oh, globe all war mean?
Mean?
With a question mark at the end. That's
Yeah.
good. What about this? Plan, etin, cry, seize?
What's etin?
Don't know.
You can't just make up words.
Planet in crises.
Yeah, but you can't.
Planet,
Etin's
that's
not a
good,
real
though.
word.
Well, you'll have one nonsense one, aren't
See,
you?
you should have done eating.
Plan, eating, cry, seize. Yeah, it could be about starvation, couldn't it?
Exactly. Then you got more
you're
meanings.
good at this, man.
Here's another one. Lean, Theo's own lair. So
How do you spell een?
lean. So you got a hoe.
hoe.
You got a
Oh,
hoe.
a hoe, like a garden
A
implement.
garden hoe, and you lean the hoe against Theo's own lair.
Hoe, lean. Theo's own lair. Well, that's got one level of meaning, which is like obviously quite moving and compelling. Hole in the ozone layer, terrifying.
Yeah.
World's going to end. But then leaning your hoe on Theo's own lair. What's that? Like his jacket.
It's a garden thing.
Well, it's not. It's just very different subjects.
Yeah, but what's in Theo's own lair?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, imagine.
Welcome to another randomly chosen podcast nugget from the Adam and Joe radio show on XFM.
You know what, Adam?
What?
We've had an avalanche of responses about crackers.
Crackers.
Apparently, they're not that common anywhere else in the world, but a lot of people just, when they go and have Christmas abroad, they take them or they export them. But apparently, if you try and take crackers on a plane in this post 9/11 world,
Yeah.
very, very different world, Adam.
Absolutely.
Very different.
The
Everything's
world's changed forever.
Forever.
That day, Joe
Yeah.
Cornish, yeah.
One of the things that's changed is they make you take the cracky strings out of crackers.
The cracky strings.
They make you open. You know what I mean by cracky strings.
That's the way. Yeah, that's the official title.
They
for
make
them.
you open your crackers and take out the bangy strips.
The cracky string.
The bangy strips.
Wow.
That's a bit pathetic, isn't it? What are you going to do with a cracker banger?
The snappy rope.
How are you going to take over a plane with that? I've got a gun. If you don't believe me, listen. Pop. Snap.
No, you could if you went right up to the pilot's face with it.
Did it in his face.
Yeah, then-
Yeah, but you could also hit him.
No,
or
but
slap him.
He'd be more scared of the cracker strip.
I think that's stupid.
Of the bang.
I suppose you could light something, couldn't you?
I don't know, Matt. This is probably
Some
on
sort of
dangerous
fuse.
ground.
Is
I
this?
imagine the cops.
Oh, this. Yeah, we're going to be arrested for plotting.
I'll hurt us.
So we've been asking you to suggest ways we can introduce editors at the XFM Winter Wonderland tomorrow. Here is our top 4. Lila has gone and recompiled it. She's looking a bit angry. Number 5, this is from Richard and Sheen. Quote, and now, here to deliver bullets of sound into your brains, like musical stormtroopers from Munich, here's the editors. That's just a sort of words. Thanks, Richard. At number 4...
Might be quite useful, though, if we...
Yeah. Fans of Joy Division, pay attention. Next on stage, we'd like to mention, there is no thee like all the greats. Just editors, please. Make no mistake. Make no mistake is 3 words people use in rhymes when they can't think of anything to rhyme, because it certainly doesn't rhyme with great. Like all the greats, make no mistake. That sort of vaguely does, doesn't it? Anyway, I don't know who that's from. Number 3, are you enjoying this, Adam?
Yeah, it's good.
I'm reading them in quite a miserable tone of voice.
Seriously, don't be offended if I nod off, but I want you to carry on. Please carry on.
You read them. Go on. There you go. I'm going to hand them to you.
I wasn't putting you down.
Read the
about
top
them.
3.
All right. Okay, now here we go. I'm going to make this sound fun.
I thought this was a music station.
There are 4 bees, knobbly knees, and weird people who don't like cheese. All great bands do as they please.
Anyway, read the
I'm
number
really
1.
sorry.
Read the number 1 out.
Okay. Is that the number 1 with a circle round it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all Lila's fault,
Lila, you're
listeners.
so
We'd
fired.
never have chosen these ones.
If they're not very good, that's not
Hey,
my fault.
there were some good ones in there.
No.
Lila.
Hey,
They are the best.
here's a competition for you. Would you like to produce the Adam and Joe radio show on XFM?
Read the number 1 one.
Produce the text.
Okay, the number 1 text, as chosen by our ex-producer Lila. They've got no natural predators. We've had that one.
Yeah, well, read it out.
Get out!
It's number 1.
Get out!
Read it out again. Read it out again.
All right then. They've got no natural predators and don't avoid their creditors. Ladies and gentlemen, editors. That's fine, but we've now read it 500 times.
That's
this
from Paul.
afternoon.
We're going to send Paul a copy of War of the Worlds there.
That's good. Thanks a lot for that, Paul.
That's that done. Over
So
with.
what are you going to do now with all this time on your hands, Lila? Are you going to go on holiday or
I'm going to send you a beautiful
going to do
text.
some shopping? It's going to be nice to have Saturdays free, isn't it, from now on?
Brilliant.
Excellent. Sorry.
Hi, we hope you're enjoying the podcast so far. We're back here in Chartres Cathedral in France, having to be quite quiet because there's actually a service underway. Hey, Ad, I think I've spotted some sort of a secret code in that stained glass window.
Really? What does it say?
It says, shut up, you stupid ponce.
Does it refer to us?
I think so.
Oh no, that's not very good because we've got more hilarious talking from our XFM show coming up.
Shh.
XFM.
This is XFM.
It's time for a competition now, and it's Crap Commentary Corner.
It's a crap commentary, recorded off of a DVD. Why don't you listen and see? You could win some crap for free. Can you tell who's speaking? And a movie they're critiquing. Go ahead, it's easy. You can use IMDb.
If any young children are listening, crap is not a clever word to use. Crappity crap, crap, crap. Not clever. Don't copy it. Crappity crap. So it's time for Crap Commentary Corner, and this week we've got quite an easy one.
You reckon people are going to get this one pretty easily?
I think so. Here comes clip number 1. So all you have to do is tell me who this director is and what movie he's talking about. In clip number 1, he describes how he kind of wants you to watch his film on DVD, and he expects quite a lot from his viewers in these time-stressed days. Let's hear it.
This film has really been designed to be watched more than once. My advice is to watch it once without the commentary, then watch it with the commentary, and then watch it again without the commentary. And each time you watch it, the concept becomes deeper and deeper.
right? And then watch it, then throw it away with the commentary, then take it out of the bin without the commentary.
Stamp on it
With the commentary.
Yeah.
And then again with the commentary.
Hey, you're only saying this because you know the answer, Adam Buxton.
Pop it in your butox.
Some people are prejudiced against this director.
No.
And some people are prejudiced against this film. It really divided people.
But you had a sneaking admiration for it.
I do have a sneaking admiration for it. But it lasts over 2 hours, I think, so he's asking you to give 6 hours of your life to his confused film. Anyway, no more clues. Here's clip number 2. So in this clip, the same director is explaining one of the brilliant visual metaphors in his film. And this is a visual metaphor, or basically a metaphor that people may not have thought of before.
Okay, the chess game. The chessboard has many mystical meanings. The Temple of Solomon was checkered like a chessboard, 64 squares and 32 pieces. One of my metaphors here is that essentially life is a chess game. Everything's chess. Chess is everything. Ultimately, you're only playing yourself. And the projection is that you're playing on the board. And the environment is the board. But if you stay on that board, you'll always remain vulnerable. I'll talk more about the chessboard as we go along.
Please don't. Please shut up about the chessboard.
So wait, I don't understand. Life
Is
like the chessboard.
Don't try it, Ad. Don't try it. I'm not clever enough.
Okay.
XFM.
This is XFM.
Okay, time for another improvised music break, courtesy of the Adam and Joe band. What are we going to call our band, Joe?
I don't know, man, but this one's going to have a slide whistle solo in the middle.
Okay.
So strap yourselves down.
All right, here we go. 2, 3, 4.
Why is it? Why does it have to be the way it is? Can it not change? Why is it still the same? I said before I wanted it to change, and it's remained the same as what it was before. What the f*** happened to the backing?
Sorry, do I have to carry on?
It's a slide whistle solo. It continues to be similar to what it was before. I insisted that there'd be some kind of change earlier on, but no one listened, and it's constantly similar. Why can't there be variety? I'm bored of similarity. You stopped again, you cunt. It's a slide whistle solo. Suddenly there's not a change. Suddenly there is not a change. All of a sudden nothing changes. Without expecting it, there's nothing different.
You gotta have 3 solos.
That's the end.
Oh, right.
That was just the fade out.
So you join us in the midst of crap commentary competition. We've played you a rather haughty-sounding director with some kind of simplistic metaphorical ideas about his movie. And we've got a caller on the line, have we?
Yeah, I think we've got Trevor.
Hello.
Hello, Trevor Phillips. Are you a politician?
I'm not, I'm afraid, no.
Oh.
What are you,
No,
Trevor?
the wrong one.
What kind of a
I'm an
creature are you?
animator.
You're an animator?
Yes.
That's cool. What do you animate?
Kids TV.
Really? What shows?
The Cram Twins on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing I've done.
Man, I thought those things were sort of farmed out to India and places like that
well,
these days.
yeah, they kind of are, and then we get them back and we kind of finish it all off.
Really? You punish them when they go over the lines?
Yeah.
Is that what you do? Fly over to India and spank them?
Well, I don't get to do that personally, but the director gets to do that.
Man, the Cramp Twins is good. Do your kids watch the Cramp Twins, Adam?
They haven't got into the Cramp Twins yet, but
is it for slightly older kids?
It's only a matter of time. I think it is. My children are about 3.5, so they're a bit young, aren't they, for the Cramp Twins?
Yeah.
Trevor, we're honoured you've called because your fingers bring so much joy to people.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Can we play you this third clip just before you make your guess?
Of course, yeah.
Because
Is it more twaddle?
It is more twaddle, but it's this third clip is twaddle. I mean, obviously he thinks he's clever to come up with the idea of chess being a metaphor for life. He thinks that's quite a stretch. But then, most people have twigged who this is and what movie it is. Have a listen to his overarching theory for the colour scheme in the film and the sort of characterisations in the film. This is the theory that underlines the whole film. See if you understand this.
There's 3 columns going on. Green is central column, white is right column, black is left column.
Right, can you explain that, what that means?
Well, everything manifests in processes of 3. So you've got proton, neutron, electron, sun, earth, moon, masculine, feminine, child, positive, negative, and filament. White blood cells are mercy, red blood cells are judgment. All the environments do represent left column or right column energy.
Okay, all right, okay.
So wait, masculine, feminine, child?
Yeah.
Was that those 3 distinct entities?
According to this man. Hey, Trevor, put the listeners out of their misery who haven't realised who it is and let us know your guess.
It's Guy Ritchie.
Oh, yes.
Revolver.
Correct. Absolutely. That's the commentary from Guy Ritchie's Revolver. I think it comes out next week or something. Some people think it's the greatest film ever made.
Because of all the colour schemes.
I don't know.
More clever than us.
But they're cleverer and they understand things like chess being like life.
Who is that interviewing Guy Ritchie there?
The interview's funny because, I don't know, he's trying to make sense of Guy Ritchie, but he's also a bit frightened by him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really have the balls to push Ritchie far enough and say, that's rubbish. And you're talking rubbish. What are you talking about? You're mad. Madonna's mad. You're mad.
Listen, Trevor, congratulations. You got it absolutely right. What prize are we going to give Trevor?
Well, I'd assume he might like Ghost in the Shell 2, Innocence.
Have you already got that?
I wouldn't mind it. No,
Yeah.
I haven't got that.
Okay, Ghost in the Shell 2. How about This Life? Would you like that as well?
Oh, if it's going, I would love This Life.
Yeah, Series 1 on DVD of This Life, which is out this week. Those 2 are on their way to you. Thanks so
Good
much
prizes.
for calling in, Trevor.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good weekend. Bye. This is Adam and Joe on XFM.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that podcast. This is Adam and Joe back in Chartres Cathedral in France. And we do recommend you come here. It's really beautiful. The architecture is so ecclesiastical. And those pews have extraordinary views.
Look at the views on those pews.
That glass is awfully stained.
Joe.
What?
I'm gonna do like a jackass style church stunt.
Don't do that. Not in Chartres Cathedral.
I'm going to.
It's one of the world's most beautiful... It's really insulting. What are you going to do?
I know. What? Check this out.
Don't know. Tell me what you're going to do before you do it.
No, I'm just gonna run into the middle and I'm gonna shout.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna shout something. Here we go.
Look at my nutty!
Man, that was pretty crazy. I could be on balls of steel. What do you think?
That's embarrassing. This is Adam and Joe saying goodbye from Chartres Cathedral.
Goodbye.
Well, thanks a lot for listening to our podcast nugget this week.
Yeah, if you liked it, you can hear more on XFM every Saturday between 1 and 3 p.m. on XFM, London's 104.9 FM, XFM.
NTL Channel 891.
On DAB Digital Radio.
Worldwide at xfm.co.uk.